Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Uniquely Blessed. If you are new, my name is Sherna. I am a first-time mom of a 9-month-old daughter named Shania. She's having her milk right now. And I am currently pregnant with my second baby. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the first trimester checklist. When I first got pregnant with her, I did a first trimester checklist, but I didn't do videos because I was so sick with her. I just didn't have time to do videos. As you guys know, I'm uploading videos in clunks of weeks and weeks because I've been so sick. So I've been feeling better lately. So I'm going to do the first trimester checklist because I know some people wonder like, okay, I got a positive pregnancy test. What do I do now? Okay, so let's just get right into it. So when you get a positive pregnancy test and you find out you're pregnant, I'd advise you to take another one just to make sure. And once you find out that you are pregnant, you need to start on a prenatal pill. Now, this is the prenatal pill that I'm currently taking. It is the gummies, Spring Valley. But when I was pregnant with her, I used to take those big red Nature Valley pills. And I didn't really like them. They didn't go with me. But when I was pregnant with her, I tried like 3 different prenatal pills and they didn't go with me. The Nature Valley one seems to go better. But I didn't want to take that this time around. So I didn't start taking a prenatal pill till late. And that's because the doctor was like, okay, Sharon, I just recommend you take something. And she said, just do the gummies. So I'm doing the gummies. This does not have iron in it though, but I'm not iron deficient. So it's okay. She said it's okay. If they figure that I'm iron deficient later on in a pregnancy, then I would have to take one with iron. But for now, this is the one that I'm taking. It tastes really good to me. I just take 2 a day and it's fine. So, do your research. Find out which prenatal pill that you're going to take because they all have different things inside of them and they all make you feel a different type of way. Prenatal pills can make you sick. That is true. I've been sick with them. So just check out and see which one works best for you. Even if you have to, try a few different ones because I did. I tried 3 before I took the Nature Valley. And then now I'm not taking Nature Valley. I'm taking Spring Valley. So that's what you would do. Next, you need to find or research a care provider that you want, whether it's an OB, a midwife, a family doctor. Do some research, talk to some people about, providers that you would want to take care of you. I go to an OB. Her godfather is the, you okay now? He owns the practice that I go to. So I don't see him, but I see another OB in there, but it's his practice. So that's the one we went with. And that's the one we're going to take with blessing in my stomach here. So, just do some research, talk to your family and see if, you rather OB, a family doctor or a midwife. It's up to you and see, which one you like. Once you find that, next you need to schedule a prenatal visit. So usually they don't take you in, I know for the OBs, until like 8 to 10 to 12 weeks, 8 to 10 to 12 weeks. Sometimes they can take you earlier. With her, I actually went in earlier because they had to use that machine to go inside of me because it was too early to do the gel on my stomach. So I forgot what the machine is called, but I think they put inside of you to make sure you're actually pregnant. So I did have an early scan with her, but with blessing in my stomach, I went in at 8 weeks. I was still early, but they just put the gel on me and we did the first prenatal visit. And that usually takes like an hour or so because they check your urine, they do paperwork, questions, ultrasound, just a lot of different things that you're going to do at the first prenatal visit. So be ready to stay at least an hour. Go after, with your prenatal, prior to your prenatal visit, I would say to jot down a list of questions that you want to ask. And moving forward in your next appointments, I would just jot down some questions or concerns that you have that you would want to ask your provider. Okay. Next, I have my little list right here. So you guys, if you see me looking, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Stop any unsafe habits. That includes smoking, drinking, drugs. Healthy mom, healthy baby. So, I know sometimes it's hard for people to stop. So just, I would say, reduce as much as you can. If you can't stop, get some help if you need to stop. But stop, any unsafe habits. I don't smoke. I only drink on occasion, so it wasn't hard for me to stop drinking. And I don't do drugs, so I was pretty much okay with that. Next, you need to adjust your eating habits. That was a big one for me because with her and with Blessing, I had morning sickness, severe. I had HD. So I'm sorry. I was constantly throwing up everything I ate. I couldn't stay hydrated. I couldn't. I'm always in the hospital, at least 2 to 3 times a week. So, you okay now? So you want to adjust your diet. Try to get protein. Try to get fruits. Try to get vegetables as much as you can to make a healthy baby. And it's gonna help with you too because you don't want to gain too much weight while you're pregnant. So just, think about adjusting your diet and, what you eat if you don't already eat super, super healthy, which I didn't. So, I definitely had to adjust my diet, but like I said, I couldn't keep anything down anyway, but it's still good to adjust your diet and put fruits and vegetables inside of your system. Next, I would recommend you get an exercise routine. My exercise routine, even if it's 30 minutes a day, you guys, even if it's 15 minutes a day, do some type of exercise, was walking. I didn't go running or jogging. I did a lot of walking with her. My brothers and sisters, they used to come with me on my walks because I was feeling so sick that sometimes they had to hold me up while I was walking. So sometimes we would just walk up and down the block, sometimes a little further, but they would have to hold me up. But I still was getting some type of exercise. And then I started to exercise later on in the pregnancy with her on the ball. Now with Blessing that I have here, I do walk. I only walk when I'm not sick. After I walk, I just feel really sick, really tired. But at least I try to get 30 minutes. If not 30, 20 for sure of just walking. They said to do it 3 times a week. I at least do it twice a week. I know I need to up that intake, but eventually I'll get there. I feel like as the pregnancy goes on, I'll become less and less sick and maybe I can exercise more. But do try to get some type of exercise in when you get into some type of routine very early, so it's not harder for you when you come later into your pregnancy. Next is to stay hydrated. That's something that didn't work for me. I threw up water. Water was something that was a trigger point. It always made me throw up, and I just couldn't keep it down. That's why I have to go to the hospital 2 to 3 times a week to get rehydrated. So if you can't keep down water or you can't stay hydrated, I would recommend going to the hospital. Going to the hospital and getting hydrated. And that was my way of staying hydrated, was going to the hospital. I didn't want to, but I had to. They put the IV in and pumped the fluids inside of me. But if you can keep water down, take the water. Now, I was drinking other stuff than water. So I was drinking pop, which you're not really supposed to, but I kept it down. I was just trying to keep stuff down. A cranberry juice, ginger ale. So, try to get liquids inside of you as much as you can. And I had a very hard time with that. So I know, the struggle with staying hydrated while you're pregnant. But the more fluids inside of you, the better. As your pregnancy progresses, you're going to want more and more fluids inside of you. Want to stay hydrated. So I would recommend getting to the habit now, buying a water bottle and staying hydrated. Next, I would say find a support person or someone that you were going to tell, or think about when you're going to tell people that you're pregnant. You don't have to necessarily tell them right away because there are cases where people have miscarriages very early, so they wait till 3 months, which is understandable. But in the beginning stages, at least have one support person that knows you're pregnant if you can. And if you don't have a support person, I could be a support person. And we can dialogue. We can have dialogue over the phone. We can have dialogue over comments, messages. So if you need a support person, I can be that support person for you. But I would recommend finding a support person while you're pregnant, because it's very important mentally, emotionally, physically. My husband was my support person. I told him as soon as I found out it was positive, because we were trying. So and then like not a week after, I kind of waited to tell people until I went to my first prenatal visit and they confirmed that I was pregnant. So I usually just wait till they confirmed out. Even with her, I just waited till they confirmed I was pregnant. Once they confirmed it, I told my close family and my close friends, which was like 2 people. Other than that, we didn't really announce it until I got further along. But I would just recommend having one support person, for you, to be there with you during the pregnancy. Next, let's see, make a morning sickness pack. I had very severe HG, so I had to be in the hospital 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes I had to stay overnight in the hospital. So I had a morning sickness pack with her, and with this baby here. I've been sick, falling out, vomiting excessively. I vomit 8 times a day. So when I was with her, I did not have a morning sickness pack. But with this baby blessing, I did have a morning sickness pack. I have water by my bed. I have crackers by my bed. I have a little refrigerator upstairs, so I have cheese, because that sometimes helps. I have Sour Patches. I have my medicine. I have ginger ale as well. If I didn't say ginger ale, I got the acupressure bands too. All of those are upstairs near me. Hi. I have all of that in a pack upstairs. And I have one downstairs too, because sometimes I'm downstairs for a long period of time and I need it and I can't get upstairs. So I would suggest, because you don't know how sick you're going to get, and some people like me end up really sick where we have to be hospitalized, make a morning sickness pack. Tea, whatever it is that is, say hi. Whatever it is that helps you get through that morning sickness, I would recommend having some type of pack. Nine, don't touch it. Okay, you guys, my apologies. I had to change Shania right quick. So let's just get right into the video. Let's finish off the few things that I have left for you to do for your first trimester checklist. Next, you want to start a budget. Having a baby is very, very expensive. Whether you have one, whether you have twins, whether you have more than one, whether you already have a kid, it changes your finances. So I would sit down and budget out, how is this going to impact your finances? You need to add in diapers. You need to add in milk if you're, not going to breastfeed. Clothing, nursery, all different kind of things you can think of. It adds up and it will eat into your finances. So I would start a budget to see how much you're spending, what you're spending it on, and just comparing your regular finances to now adding an additional person into your family. Next, you want to start a baby registry. Now, the reason why I have this in my first trimester and not my second trimester checklist is because I realize these registries take a long time to build, because some people like me like to do research on certain products. So I don't just click on like certain things. Like some registries like Amazon, Bye Bye Baby, Target, they have you do it in sections: bath, food, clothing, different sections. And sometimes it takes a while. And sometimes my eyes don't want to sit on a screen and keep clicking. So I'm a type of person, I do research on the brand, the type of model. I look at reviews. So you want to start your baby registry very early. This time around, I'm not doing a baby registry because I'm not having a baby shower. I had a baby shower last year, which was less than a year ago. And this time around, I don't want a baby shower. I had a big baby shower last year, and we had got tons and tons of things, and it was like a grand ball. So this time around, I don't want to do it. I know my friends said that they wanted to do that, but I really told them I don't want a baby shower because I have majority of the things that I need for the baby already. If it's a boy, I obviously would need clothes. But if it's another girl, I have a lot of clothes, her clothes. and I'll get some other stuff, but I don't want to have another baby shower. But that's up to you. You guys can start a baby registry and people can buy stuff right off your registry. If you need help with your registry or things you think you should have on there, let me know, comment below, and I'll let you know my ideas and what I had on my registry. But this time I don't have a registry around, but I still have the ones from Bye Bye Baby, Amazon, and Target. So if you guys want to see that, I can show you that. Next, you want to look into a birthing class or a breastfeeding class. Those things fill up really, really early. I didn't do a birthing class. I did a lot of birthing videos online that I checked out, but I didn't do an actual class. But I did do a breastfeeding class. I went to learn how to breastfeed my baby early. It didn't work out the way I wanted to because I only breastfed Shania for 3 months. So I still wasn't doing it right. So find the best class that works for you. If you're not going to give birth at the hospital, if you're going to give birth at home, or if you're going to give birth in the water, you know, whatever works for you. You want to get those class early because they book really, really fast, is what I noticed when I was trying to, you know, book for just the breastfeeding class alone. So, you know, if that's something that you're interested in, start thinking about that now and start looking up if they have those classes in your area. Where's it going to be, the times, the dates. So, you know, if you're working, it works out with your schedule. Next, I didn't do this, but start a pregnancy journal, book, or video like I'm doing. This time around, I am doing the video, even though I'm still sick. I'm doing videos. But if you can't do videos, you can do a journal, write your week-by-week symptoms, or a book. Or next, you can do a pregnancy app. There's a whole bunch of pregnancies app out there. I did have one when I first started with Shania. Now I don't have one. I started off with Ovia, but then I just stopped looking at it. When I was pregnant with Shania, I had a pregnancy app. I forgot what it was called, but I barely used it. So, I mean, sometimes it helps. It's week by week. They tell you about the baby growing and what's happening this week, the size, just a lot of different things. So if you're into that kind of stuff, then, you know, definitely download a pregnancy app or get you a pregnancy journal, book, write down your symptoms, how you're feeling, to compare them, to talk to your doctors about them, to see if you see any change, and just to see if that's something that you want to go back on. I wish I would have did it with Shania, but I didn't. But I'm doing it this time around since it's my last kid. But I just had Shania 9 months ago. So, you know, I remember what I went through. So that's all I have for the first trimester checklist, you guys. If there's anything you feel like I missed or you've done for your first trimester checklist, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.